Good evening and welcome to NEWSBREAK Live. It's April 30th and here's the latest news at the top of the hour. I'm Hiba Sama. Thanks for joining us. The Torrance Police Department is looking for the community's help to find a driver involved in a fatal hit-and-run accident. Last night around 8:40 p.m., officers responded to the intersection of Delama Boulevard and Mariner Avenue about a traffic collision involving a car and pedestrian. So far, the investigation shows that an 81-year-old male was walking south across Delama Boulevard and Mariner Avenue in the crosswalk when he was struck by a car traveling east in the number 2 lane on a green light. The driver didn't stop and fled the scene. His car is being described as a blue or gray Honda 4-door sedan with front end damage. The intersection opened up this morning. Now, the Los Angeles Coroner's Office identified the man killed as Ghulam Ali Kimani from Torrance. If you have any information regarding this incident, you are urged to contact the department at 310-618-5557. If you're looking to grow and learn how to maximize the value of your business, well, the resources you need are coming to Torrance. You will want to mark this on your calendar for the Exit Planning Institute Owners Roundtable 2019 that will take place at the Toyota Meeting Hall on May 21st. It'll be from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. The third annual Owners Roundtable is a half-day workshop designed for business owners. Attendees will leave the event with a personalized business score and marketability report, self-identified action items to immediately begin improving their business value and invaluable connections with like-minded professionals and business experts. For $99 per attendee, you'll be able to have breakfast, free parking, and participate in a 4 unique 30-minute panel talk followed by 15 minutes of discussion. There'll also be conversations about various stages of exit. The EPI is an educational company that is made up of dedicated staff, industry experts, and market leaders that are passionate about providing top professional advisors the best industry content, ongoing practice support, and owner education resources. You can register at scinstitute.org/OR2019. A new study published today is showing that drinking tap water in the Golden State could increase your risk of a deadly disease. Researchers from the Environmental Working Group and Environmental Advocacy Group estimated the contaminants found in public water systems in California could contribute to nearly 15,500 cancer cases over the course of a lifetime. 2,737 different public water systems across the state of California were assessed. The systems are the main providers of drinking water in the state, serving 98% of the state's population. They're regulated by the Federal Safe Drinking Water Act and overseen by state regulators. Contaminant levels from 2011 to 2015 were looked at. The authors divided the water systems into 4 different categories of risk. The highest category estimated an additional cancer risk of more than 1 in 1,000 people being diagnosed with cancer over the course of a lifetime from drinking tap water. One of the concerns was arsenic contamination, along with radioactive elements like uranium. Water systems test for contaminant to maintain a safe drinking water supply. The City of Torrance is looking to partner with an organization to increase productivity when it comes to filming. Staff say they're looking to enter into a pilot program with Film LA to get help with film permit services. The not-for-profit public benefit organization and the official film office of the City and County of Los Angeles mission is to streamline and enhance the on-location filmmaking process for communities and content creators to ensure the greater Los Angeles economy continues to thrive. City employees spend a lot of time processing permits, and their help would take off administrative burden and streamlines the process for customers. Filming outside of a certified sound stage or studio backlot requires a permit from the city, county, and or other local jurisdictions. One of Film LA's core services is to provide expert centralized coordination of multi-jurisdictional on-location film permits. If you're an El Camino College student, you still have the chance to be able to work through a special program. According to the college's newspaper, The Union, students will be able to fill out a federal work-study application within the next few weeks. This means eligible students can get a job on or off campus through the financial aid office. Few of the requirements to apply are that they must submit a FAFSA, be enrolled in 6 units, and maintain a 2.0 GPA. Students will have the chance to earn money to supplement expenses not covered by grants or loans. There is no deadline set just yet. For more information, contact Louise Mancia at 310-660-3593, extension 3496. A heads up for residents living on Del Amo Boulevard. Construction projects taking place today and tomorrow will have part of the street closed between Torrance Boulevard and Carson Street. Torrance City Cable reporter Michael Patterson has more on the construction's impact and what it aims to accomplish.
For residents living on the stretch of Del Amo Boulevard between Carson Street and Torrance Boulevard, you may want to leave a bit earlier to avoid traffic delays.
This is a large project, encompasses the entire city, little sections of it.
The city's annual Slurry Seal program, which repaves roads, starts today with work continuing throughout the week.
Slurry Seal program actually, it extends the life of the asphalt without major costs. So today, we're doing dig outs, which essentially is removal of bad areas about 10 inches down, and we're restabilizing the areas for grind and overlay, which will happen tomorrow and the next day along this street.
Slurry Seal is a mixture of liquid cement and sand that is applied yearly to roadways in Torrance to help protect it from the elements. The Slurry Seal program in today's construction in general is to fix road conditions like these, like cracks and uneven cement that Mahoney tells me can be caused by a variety of natural factors.
Broken water lines, time, trash trucks maybe on a wet day, bad subgrade, it starts moving around. But essentially, these are all fairly old streets, so it's time for them to be remediated.
It's good to have safe roads for, like I said, pedestrians and drivers, and just in general. A lot of things can happen when you have cracks and fissures in the roads, so I think it's a positive outlook.
And for local residents like Christina Pugoyo, it may seem like a nuisance, but she's glad these projects are being done to avoid larger problems, like potholes, which could lead to damaged tires.
You should always try to avoid any construction zone. So know where the projects are starting, know the durations, and figure another way around them. Give yourself a little bit more time, be a little bit patient, and I think you should be fine.
For Torrance City Cable, I'm Michael Patterson.
Thanks, Michael. Residents in the area mentioned should expect scarce street parking during construction until 4:30 on Thursday. The citywide Slurry Seal project is ongoing and is expected to be completed by summer of this year. Now let's get to the weather. Today was cloudy with a high of 65 and an expected low of 56 degrees tonight. Then tomorrow will get a little bit cooler with a high of 64 and a low of 65. Then on Thursday there'll be a high of 65. Now, whether it's sitting along the annual Armed Forces Day Parade route or getting an up-close look at the military exhibits, you can now share these memories with the community. The 60th Annual Armed Forces Day Parade and Celebration is around the corner, and Torrance City Cable is inviting the community to share those unforgettable moments. You can submit a photo, video, or film clip from your fondest memories of the parades or celebrations over the years. City Cable will share it on their news program on This Week in Torrance and on other social media platforms. Email your photo or video clips along with your name and contact information if you work for the city at the department you work for. The month of April is Distracted Driving Awareness Month in the United States, and it reminds us all to be alert while on the road and use hands-free devices while driving. Torrance City Cable reporter Michael Patterson spoke with a 20-year veteran of the Torrance Police Department about what drivers can do to keep themselves and others safe.
In a way, a lot of times cell phone or distracted driving mirrors drunk driving.
The month of April is Distracted Driving Awareness Month, and police officers across the country are trying to crack down on drivers using cell phones behind the wheel.
It's a huge problem. It's probably more prevalent now than it was when the cell phone law first came in effect here in California.
Stuart Scott is a motorcycle officer with the Torrance Police Department. He is one of a handful of officers raising awareness in an effort to cut down on traffic accidents.
Our goal at the department is to, of course, decrease accidents. It's very dangerous because your concentration isn't on the roadway.
Thanks to a grant from the California Office of Traffic Safety, the police department can designate officers to look specifically for drivers using their phone.
Roughly $24,000 is set aside specifically for distracted driving. So officers will go out in shifts of 3 to 4 hours and just target distracted driving.
Officer Scott says that if you need to use your phone while driving to perhaps look at directions, you need to use one of these mountable clips in your car so that you can use your hands for driving and not for using your phone.
It has to be hands-free. So we're looking for people that are actually using the device, holding it in their hand and using it while they're driving.
And if you're the kind of person that thinks you can hide phone use from police, you might want to think again.
It's very easy to see when someone's on their phone because they're doing this. That 5 seconds you take your eyes off the road, so much can happen. It's become a big issue, and all we can do is ask each person to be responsible for yourself.
For Torrance City Cable, I'm Michael Patterson.
Thanks, Michael. The California Highway Patrol reported that 66 people were killed and over 6,000 were injured because of distracted driving-related crashes in 2017 alone. Remember to be aware of your surroundings and wait to use the phone until you're no longer behind the wheel. Filling up at the pump is going to cost you more than you've probably ever spent. Experts say the current price of gas is some of the most expensive since 2015 in Southern California. For the 6th time in a week, gas prices are increasing. Prices are nearly 5 cents a gallon over the past 7 days in many parts of the region. Average price of regular is $4.10 a gallon. AAA officials say the higher prices are a result of a series of refinery issues that have reduced supply. Here in Torrance, the cheapest gas can be found at Arco for $3.79 on Sepulveda and Ocean Avenue. And today marks a National Adopt a Shelter Day. It was created to spread awareness for thousands of pets waiting for and needing adoption from shelters. The day urges people to visit a shelter near them. Also, if you feel you can't meet those needs, consider adopting another way through volunteering. The closest shelter is Carson Gardena Animal Care. And don't forget to tune into Canine Corner every day, where host and producer Rhiannon Trutanich shares stories of dogs looking for their forever homes. Now let's get to events. Council member Tim Goodrich is getting the conversation started about technology and businesses. There'll be an open workshop featuring Jeff Speck, a nationally renowned city planner, author of Suburban Nation Walkable City, and Andy Wilson, the executive director for Alliance for Southern California Innovation. It'll take place at the Toyota Meeting Hall at 6:30 tomorrow. You can RSVP at timgoodrich.com/Old Torrance. Then this Sunday, you can enjoy the 29th Annual Dillon Fest at the Torrance Cultural Arts Center at the recently renovated Torino Plaza. Andy Hill and Renee Safier and Hard Rain will perform an 8-hour celebration of the music of Bob Dylan. There will be 50 musicians performing more than 60 Dylan songs. Well, in just 2 minutes, the director of a longtime Pilates studio in downtown Torrance, Jill Carlton, will talk about an exciting event coming up this weekend. We'll be back in just a few.
When I was in high school, I was physically at school, but my mind wasn't at school. I had problems at home, and that's hard when you feel like you're doing it alone. That's when I met Narnese, my mom, as I'll call her. She started helping me a little bit, like, Nia, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but your future is more important. She's my strength. Just being a support for those hard days and those hard nights, not giving up on me. Thank you to my mama. I wouldn't have did this if it wasn't for her. Today is for my mama and everybody who had my back. It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. Some people think, well, maybe it's really not that big of a deal, but it really is. It changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Get it. Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Is she gonna get it, Daddy?
She'll get it.
Get it. Get it.
When you bring home a Goodwill find, you give your whole town a reason to celebrate because you're also funding local job training and placement programs in tech, healthcare, and more. Goodwill. Bring good home.
Welcome back to the second half of NewsBreak Live. Joining me is Jill Carlton, who is the owner for Everybody's Pilates, located in the heart of downtown Torrance. Welcome up to my show.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me.
You've been there in the heart of Torrance for a very long time, nearly 14 years. And this weekend, well, May is, for everyone who doesn't know, is Pilates month, but May 4th is National Pilates Day. So tell us, as the owner of Everybody's Pilates, what does that day mean?
Well, it's a celebration of Pilates. It's trying to bring internationally the awareness of Pilates to local communities, opening our doors to people that maybe don't experience Pilates or don't know what it is, and giving them the opportunity to learn more about it and why it makes you feel so fabulous.
The great thing is people can obviously stop by your business to learn more about it and take a class. So for people who don't know what Pilates is, can you talk to me a little bit about the exercise and the type of workout you get?
Sure. It is more than just an exercise program. It was started over 100 years ago, and it brings together everything about exercise and fitness, cardio a little bit, but mostly endurance, balance, strengthening, and flexibility, things that we all need, especially in these lives today.
You're hearing about Pilates more and more, but as you just mentioned, it's been something that was developed more than 100 years ago. So for people who maybe see that, Pilates can be done on a mat, or it doesn't even have to be on a reformer, which we're going to be showing pictures of right now. So tell me a little bit about that. Like, what is a reformer that the viewers are seeing right now and you teaching this class, and how does it work?
Sure. Joseph Pilates developed both of these. He was born in 1883, so that's how far back this goes. And the mat is done sort of like yoga on the mat, but the reformer looks somewhat like a medieval torture bed, so it's a little scary to people. It's got a lot of pulleys and straps and springs and whatnot, but it is a very effective way of learning Pilates and practicing Pilates lifelong. My own mother does it at 94. We've had people up to 99 on the reformer, so it's not something you can be as difficult or as easy as you want it to be.
And that's a great point, because you could be any age, but it could benefit you no matter your body type or your weight, which I think is so wonderful.
Yes, because it's low impact, so even people with issues with joint mobility or pain can be accommodated even in a small group class setting.
So your story is very special on why you opened your business and how it's grown here in the city of Torrance, of all different people coming and taking advantage of it. So tell our viewers about your story.
Sure. Well, I started as a result of physical therapy. My physical therapist recommended it to me as a modality in addition to physical therapy when I had a sports-related injury. And then I saw the benefits so quickly. Within months, I had lost weight, firmed up, done everything I wasn't planning on doing necessarily. I was just planning to get out of pain and avoid surgery, which I did of both. So I started that way, and then it felt so good I had to bring it to myself better. So I took a teacher training course. After that, I said, okay, I got to open my doors because I got to share this stuff. And I opened my doors pretty much right after I took the teacher training, even though I had a full-time corporate job as well. So I'm passionate about it. There's so many people that benefit from it. And then consequently, 3 years after I opened my studio, I was in a very severe motorcycle accident, which pretty much was a near-death experience. And it actually saved my life. And it kept me alive, and it let me to walk again. So I definitely swear by the benefits of Pilates. It actually saved my life.
Amazing story. And for a lot of people who have issues or who are having physical therapy, this, as you mentioned, is a great way to promote strength, balance, and flexibility, and to grow. So how does that work? I mean, there's springs that are pretty much weights, and can you be an entry-level student and come on in, or how does it work?
Yes, definitely. And when I first started over 15 years ago, it was very limited to just private sessions, and you had to work your way up to classes. But I felt that was a barrier to entry for a lot of people. So I opened the 101 for Newbies courses. So those are small group classes, and you can be on the reformer. You can still experience the benefits of reformer. And it's actually easier than mat, because mat, you have to use your own body weight as resistance, whereas the springs, like you just said, can be adjusted even within a class. And the teacher is constantly correcting and adjusting you for whatever you are able to do within that class. Now, of course, some people cannot do classes. They have special needs that they need to address in private, whether we have a professional golfer and we have people that have Parkinson's disease and everything in between. So it can be anything that could be done in a private can be also then brought to the class eventually.
And for people interested in who might be just tuning in, Everybody's Pilates is located at 1530 Cravens Avenue here in Torrance. And as you just mentioned, you have group classes, private classes, 7 days a week. And in honor of National Pilates Day this weekend, are you doing anything special at your studio?
Yes, we are. Thank you for asking. We are having an open house from 1 to 4 with different kinds of mini classes going on, ability to talk and ask questions with the teachers. We have not just Pilates, but different modalities that complement Pilates, dynamic neuromuscular stabilization, MELT, which is a hand and feet modality for opening up the fascia. We have a lot of different kinds of specialties that we also offer in addition and complementary to Pilates. And then we also, in a separate room, have an expo where we have brought together a dozen plus different vendors of health and wellness, everything from free chair massages to prize drawings and snacks.
So what does Community Health and Wellness Expo mean? Talk to me a little bit about what people will be able to experience when they stop by.
Sure, yes, so it's the same timing. It's 1 to 4 this Saturday. We have different massage therapists, acupuncturists, life coaches, Lorna Jane, clothing attire, different people that bring a little bit of benefit to everyone's life. So you can come in, it's free to the community, families are welcome, anyone's welcome in either of the rooms. And you can just come in and see what we have going on. Different things might attract different people. So we brought in a bunch of different vendors, if you will.
And it's taking place this Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. Talk to me specifically about your studio. I know you talked about Pilates and a little bit about what you offer at your studio, but how can anyone stop by and be part of it? I know we had a discussion about how reformers do look intimidating, and sometimes people don't know what Pilates is, but now with a lot of celebrities and it becoming very trendy and mainstream, people are giving it a shot. So why should people stop by your studio and participate?
Well, Pilates is for everybody, like I said, and that's sort of why I came up with the name, is that everyone would say, I'm too fat, I'm too old, I'm too weak, I'm a man, I'm a woman. It didn't matter. Everyone can do it, some pro athletes down to couch potatoes. So we offer different classes for that very reason, different levels. So you're not going to be intimidated of going into an all-level class where everyone's doing much higher level work, and then you feel like you either have to keep up or you're going to hurt yourself. So we feel like we need to, sort of like martial arts, you have to sort of walk your way into classes. It's not for the timid, though. It's still a challenging exercise no matter what.
Is there anything else you'd like to add about National Pilates Month, Day, and the event next week, and why people should stop by? Obviously, if they live in Torrance, it's right here, so why not?
Yeah, well, I think for everyone, young and old, we all are over our screens constantly. And Pilates, even back in the 20s, over 100 years ago, actually, he said, you know, civilization is the bane of physical fitness. It's a little paraphrase there, but so the fact is, the more that we are in technology, the better we need Pilates. The more we're sitting at a desk with a low back pain, the better we need Pilates. If we're just a mom holding a baby one way, we need Pilates. We need balance in our life. And Pilates brings that, and it makes everything else you do better. It's not the only thing you should be doing. You should be using it in life as you drive your car, as you work at the computer, as you watch television, as you sleep even.
And I know posture is a big thing for a lot of people, and it actually can improve your posture and your back strength.
Oh, yes. The core strengthening component of Pilates is huge. A lot of people talk core, core, core. They don't always know exactly how to put it together, and that's what we are there for. And the teachers are very hands-on. It's not a group class situation where you're thrown to the wolves. You're going to be corrected, and that's some people enjoy that, some people don't. But the core is your diaphragm down to your pelvic floor and everything in between. It's not just your abs. So you can get a six-pack with some diet and genetics, but you can't get a strong core without actually working it from the inside out. And that's what Pilates does.
Well, hopefully, if anyone's interested, they can stop by the special event this weekend, and we will be getting a closer look at your studio on Taste of Torrance, which will be being taped within the next few months. And if people don't come out this Saturday, maybe when they watch that, they'll get a little closer look of you and your students in action, and we'll have more on that. Thank you so much, Jill.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much. See y'all there.
Yeah, see ya. Well, that does it for NewsBreak Live, and if you missed any portion of the show, you can catch it all on NewsBreak at torranceca.gov, and you can email us some information. And also, I just want to reiterate, Jill Carlton is the owner of Everybody's Pilates, which is located on Cravens Avenue, and you can always give the studio a call at 310-533-1778. And City Council does have the night off. I'll see you guys next time.